Hey guys, welcome back to my channel once again. So in this video, we are going to discuss the best and fastest technique to solve error detection or spot error questions. So guys, let us see first what a typical error detection question looks like or error spotting question. Okay, so what you're gonna be given is there will be a sentence which will be split in some of the parts. Okay, and what you are supposed to do is identify that part which contains the error, like whether the first part contains the error, whether the second part contains the error, whether the third part is incorrect, or whether the fourth part, or there is no error. In case there is no such error, then you're gonna tick on the option 5. Okay, so before spotting the error, let us see what are some basic concepts and what are some of the frequent errors that appear in the error detection question. Okay, so guys, the very first error which very frequently appears in the error spotting questions or the error detection question is the subject verb disagreement. We all know that subject is something like he, she, they, Ram, and something like this. Okay, and verb we all know it can be a helping verb like is, are, verb, or were, or it can be like a verb like depends, helps, something like that. So subject verb question can be like he, do. He doesn't come with do. He is a singular once and do is used for plural. So in this case, this kind of error will be in the this part of question. So in case it is the question is like he does, okay, in that case it is correct. But in case I'm just giving you the example, like in case he do the things in wrong manner, suppose this is the question, so in that case this part is incorrect. Again, like he help, okay, he help him, this is also incorrect. It should be either like he helped him or he helps him. Okay, because since he is a singular one and help usually comes with the plural one, so in this case it is the incorrect option. Again, like the things like they depends upon, okay, they depends on, so this is also incorrect. Like depends is something which is used with plural one. Why? Because of the usage of s. If you are very weak in the grammatical concepts, then please make sure you watch my other channels, you watch my other videos so as to improve your grammar. Otherwise it will be of great difficulty in case of error detection question, or in fact in case of any English related question. So this kind of subject verb disagreement questions appear. Now another one is wrong degree of adjective. Okay, like somewhere it is to be used like careful, and instead of careful it is used as carefully. Okay, so in that case it is wrong. So a lot many times the degree of adjective is wrong, like somewhere firm has to be used, and instead of that firmer is used. So this kind of degree or wrong degree or adjective of questions also appear. We will discuss it with examples in the further part of question. Okay, improper usage of sentence like he, have, been, not, there, something like this. Okay, so this is basically the wrong one in case of this past tense, future tense question. Future tense has not been used perfectly, so a lot many questions you are gonna encounter in which the improper usage of tense will be there. So this three are basically the most frequent type of errors which are spotted. Okay, the another category is with the article a and the. Okay, so like for example, a Ganga, it is incorrect. A USA, it's incorrect. It has to be the USA. And again, like a SUV, it's incorrect. It should be an SUV because of the pronunciation of SUV. Its pronunciation with A, okay, not with S. So therefore you'll spot the errors with this article type of questions also. Okay, so make sure that once this three of the errors are not present, you just go and look for them. Okay, The next is incorrect use of part of speech. Some of the part of the use, like part of speech usage, like instead of true, truth is used, certain this cases. And another one is like incorrect use of preposition. It is also a part of speech, but like incorrect use of preposition would be like instead of, by is used, which, there is used, some things like this. So as soon as you read the sentence, you will spot the errors in the preposition one also. And the last one is adjective in place of adverb. Lot many times instead of adverb, adjective is used and vice versa. Okay, so make sure that you spot this kind of error also. Now when we are done with the type of errors, most frequent errors which appear in the sentences, let's go for the practice question. And before that, it's my personal advice that you should also develop a reading habit, because you will be able to spot the errors in case you have a very strong vocabulary and in case you have a very strong grammar. So you have to slowly develop your grammar and you have to develop your reading speed. Okay, not just for reading sentence, you also have to develop your reading quality. Like my strong advice would be to frequently read newspaper and make a habit to read at least one article in one day, at least one article. Okay, so as soon as you develop a reading habit, it is gonna give you a great advantage. Okay, especially in case of spotting error, because as soon as you read this sentence, like there are many ways of which inflation can be measured. So if you have a reading habit, if any of you guys who are watching my channel who have a reading habit, they will immediately spot that something is wrong with one of this. Especially I will just give you a hint, something is wrong with the second part. Okay, we will discuss it further in the upcoming section, but it is very important to have a reading habit so as to spot the error instantly. Okay, because spot the error questions are very scoring, since they can be solved in just a fraction of seconds. Okay, so without wasting any further time, let's move on to our next example. So here is our very first question. Okay, the Ron Corporation does not depends upon the numerical strength of any alliance partner for its survival. No error. Okay, no error is not a part of this question. This is the sentence, and the very first thing while error spotting you have to do is you have to thoroughly read the sentence. Okay, and then whatever part you are feeling wrong, it can be either one part, it can be either two part, and sometimes it's like you feel error in none of the part. So in that case it has to be no error, but before the no error you have to be ultra sure that there is no such error. Now how to spot it? Let's look at the first part of sentence. The Ron Corporation. I don't think so there is kind of error. Usually there is no spelling mistake. Okay, many students are like there might be some spelling mistake, so they go for it. So usually in the error detection question or in the error spotting question, there is no spelling mistake. Okay, or the spelling mistake is usually avoided, so go for the grammatical one. Let's go for the second sentence. Does not depends upon. Can you spot the error here? The second part is wrong. Does not depends. The does is also coming with respect to the Ron Corporation, which is okay. But when the does come, why does the depends come? There is a rule in the grammar that did, saw. It's incorrect. When the did has come, it has to be used in the present sentence. Also again, in this one, depends. In case of the Ron Corporation depends, it would have been correct. But since the does is also present here, there's no need of S. So either this does will come or either the depends will come. So therefore, this part is wrong. Okay, let's further read the other part of the sentence. The numerical strength of any, no, I don't think so there is any kind of issue in this, alliance partner for its survival. Let us once again check whether there is an error, kind of error in of any or in for its survival in this section. Let us see whether there is any relation. So yeah, any alliance partner is going very correctly. So there is no such error in this part of the question. So our correct answer is the second part is wrong. And in case we are asked that which of the following has the error, which of the following part has the error. So in this case we are gonna go for the second option. Okay, let's move on to our next example. Was an example of the subject verb disagreement error. So here is our next example. What are we gonna do first is we are gonna read the sentence first. Okay, mostly of the newly recruited officers have no experience in the banking sector. Okay, and the fifth option is no error. So I can clearly see that something is wrong with this part, very first part. Like it cannot be like mostly of the newly recruited. Okay, let's read it once again. Mostly of the newly recruited officers have no experience in the banking sector. So here it is like incorrect use of part of speech, and like it's actually the wrong, specifically speaking, it is the wrong degree of adjective. Okay, it should be most of the newly recruited officers have no experience in the banking sector. So instead of mostly, it has to be most, and therefore our first part is the answer. Okay, one more thing I wanna say you guys is you don't have to exactly spot the error. Like ki there is error with the mostly word, there is error with the newly word, there is error with the experience word. In case there is like one such error, all you have to do is spot the correct part. So we actually solved this in less than 30 seconds, and if we don't even have to find ki there is the specific error with the mostly word and what is actually the correct form. So if we are not supposed to find it, then the question can be solved even in 15 seconds. So now you are actually realizing that how scoring this kind of questions are, especially in the exams like bank PO, CAT, and many government and railway exams such as RRB, SSC, in the assistant exams too. Here is our next example. Okay, there are many ways of which inflation can be measured. Okay, क्या or be measured, be measured is correct or not? Can be measured, since all the sentence are going in the present sentence, and this one is in the past tense. So is it correct? So yes, once again read this sentence. There are many ways of which inflation can be measured. So yeah, they are specifically talking about inflation can be like measurement of inflation. So this part is actually correct, but actually I'm feeling something wrong with the second part. What can it be? Like once again read it. There are many ways of which can it be like that? Okay, there are many ways of which student can grow. Many ways by which. So here the of is the incorrect one and the preposition is wrong, so it has to be the by. So here the second part is incorrect. Okay, so I hope it is getting clear again and again. Let's quickly move on to our next example. Okay, so here is our next question. Okay, the government officials have been met heads of commercial banks later this week to get their views on liquidity and growth in deposits. Okay, have been met in the first part. Don't you think so? It is correct in terms of tense usage. The government's official have been met. It should be either have, had met, or have been meeting. Either it should be had met or have been meeting. Otherwise, met and have are not going together with each other. So therefore the error is in the first part. Once again we will check the other parts also. Heads of the commercial banks later this week. If the sentence would be like after this week instead of later, so in that case the second part would have been incorrect, and if the sentence would be like have been meeting heads of the commercial bank after this week, then in that case as I told you, second part would have been incorrect, but specifically in this case the first part is incorrect. Okay, so I hope you got it. And one example from my side that you guys are supposed to solve is, one of them forget to take their bag from school, and the last one is fifth. Okay, no error. So the only hint that I'm gonna give you is the answer is not no error. There is definitely some of the one of the error in this one. So you have to tell me in the comment section that which of the error is incorrect. So guys, once again, if you like this video, then please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like my video and share the same. Until then, stay tuned, stay prepared. Also, I want to make a very important announcement that my next video is about RC, that is the reading comprehension tricks and the correct tricks to solve any kind of RC. So please make sure that if you are weak in that section, you must watch that video. Okay, bye bye.